Hi, my name is Dr. A. Rao, Associate Professor and HOD, Department of Commerce, Paari School of Business, SRM University. I would like to have a brief review of our union budget that was presented on 1st February 2026. If you see, any budget preparation is really a mammoth exercise and it will not happen all of a sudden. There should be a plan of action. At the same time, you need a lot of preparation for that. And if you see the current budget that is prepared, I think really they made a lot of efforts in coming with a proposal, rather a budget which is meant for the entire country. And especially this budget is concerned, for the first time the country faced global economic conditions which are really uncertain. At this juncture we prepared the budget, and the budget is prepared as such, not considering in favor of any cluster or any party. We made the budget for the first time. And usually budget, the moment you talk about, many people or many subjects have a lot of expectations from the budget. Yes, if this budget is there, what we can have. But if you consider 2026 budget is prepared as such, you have taken into consideration all the four pillars. One is sustainability on one hand, and inflation you combated, and at the same time growth perspectives you have considered, and you made the budget as such at a time where our global political situations are not up to mark. And ultimately, if you see, many parties benefited from this. And if you see from the angle of infrastructure, the budget is prepared with a mandate, the objective aim of 2047, that is Vikasit Bharat. The agenda for this budget is majorly Vikasit Bharat. In that direction, the budget is prepared. And from the angle of infrastructure is concerned, many developments that proposed, or maybe the growth trajectories are there. The first thing is, if you see the railway corridors, that is what I meant to say. So any country's development happens with the help of infrastructure. No infrastructure, no development. And infrastructure calls for a huge amount of investment, capital investment. For this budget, 12.2 lakhs of crores allocated for infrastructure development. And there are many considerations that were taken into consideration. One is railways. If you see, the railways nowadays, majorly they focused not from the angle of what I meant to say transport or any other means, but here we focused from the angle of high-speed bullet trains, at the same time freight corridors. The transport, in the sense, it has to be facilitated, and dedicated freight corridors are proposed. And if you see Varanasi and Siliguri railway corridor, to name, then you have a high bullet corridor, that is Delhi and Mumbai corridor, that is proposed. And if you see maritime coastal corridors proposed, and all these gives ample amount of support for the infrastructure development. And at the same time, the government has proposed infrastructure, what I mean to say, the development guarantees, that is for investors, whoever want to come, and ultimately they will be protected with the help of the guarantee scheme, whoever lends the money, for the money lenders are concerned. And at the same time, the viability gap funding is also facilitated those industries which are weak. And at the same time, if you consider in the maritime sector, the ship building and other things incorporated, and ultimately which will give employment to many. And in one way, the budget is not actually seen from a political angle or agenda, which has considered almost all segments with an objective of sustainability and growth, and we can expect much more benefits out of this. If you see from the other angle of the infrastructure, to say, for example, the coastal corridors and the tourist centers, that is, so those which are of good importance, for which also the funding is contributed, and ultimately they may get global importance by developing those tourist centers. And the other thing is recycling also, the real estate assets, that is also given importance. So at one hand you are developing the country, and the other hand the implications of infrastructure development also you have considered. So and ultimately we can balance the growth and environment which is eco-friendly, and ultimately we may see the development together, and ultimately the country will be built as such that definitely the country will prosper and we may achieve good results in the years to come, and the benefits we can see maybe in another 5 to 10 years itself, because capital expenditure takes time to see the development, and this is the beginning. Hope we may see the real benefits out of this. Infrastructure development not happens in isolation, which usually requires people's support. The people are the backbone of infrastructure development, and ultimately all these projects massively calls for people's support, and ultimately you can expect a massive amount of employment generation. And to name, there is one more thing that is called as Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities with more than 5 lakh population. They are also going to be developed. Their special focus is given. Already there are certain metropolitan cities which are highly populated and polluted, like Bangalore and Mumbai. These cities, you need to already overcrowded, and ultimately you need to reduce the burden on those developed cities. You want to develop Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and ultimately you can get ample amount of opportunities for the people to grow, and you can find a number of opportunities, and ultimately the infrastructure really gives employment potentiality to the people, and without people no infrastructure happens. The development happens with the help of people. People are the real assets. Actually, we are building physical assets with the help of real assets called people. So the students, the today's generation will definitely get opportunities, and at the same time we have new things that are happening in the name of artificial intelligence and machine learning. That is also given a huge amount of importance in this budget. So definitely we can expect more employment generation to the new generation, that is the students are concerned.